I have a reflection on the topic of trust. Have you ever been in a situation where you're in a relationship with someone, either romantically, married, business partner, staff member, where trust has been broken? Either you're in a situation of you yourself feeling betrayed, or you're in the process of needing to earn back the trust of that other person who themselves is feeling betrayed by the experience between the two of you. The obvious and best thing about trust is to have it not be lost in the first place. But the reality of life is that occasionally that's just how things go. That's what happens. And sometimes it can be a small act in the mind of one person that is interpreted times 10 in the mind of another and the heart of another, beyond which it's very difficult for that person to recover a sense of trust in that initial post that initial act. And what ends up being very powerful and very interesting, and Esther Perel talks about this in her various books, one of them being The State of Affairs, which I highly recommend anyone read, that as much as we want to obsess of the detail around the actions that ensued that created a sense of betrayal, it's actually the sense of betrayal that becomes a much more important thing. And whether we're willing to go through the necessary processes to step by step rebuild something that once was. And maybe a better way to describe it, in the way that Esther Perel talks about it, is that it's less about recreating what once was, but more accepting that what once was is now over, and a new period and a new relationship can be formed if the two people so choose. It's a much easier topic to say, trust is like a crystal ball, you drop it and then it's hard to put together again. But the truth is, a fundamental part, I think, of the human experience is to go through, at some point in one's life, an experience of betrayal, either being betrayed or betraying someone else, despite our absolute best efforts. And yet there's a grace in being able to extend a hand to one another, no matter how sore and how hard it can be, to begin the step-by-step process of re-establishing something new. And I would assert that that something new can be built on an even greater level of authenticity, because almost always what was a feature in the run-up to the betrayal is conversations that weren't had, that had they been had, there would be more understanding, there would be more connection. And so we grow through it all, and that's one of them. What an unbelievably stunning morning it is here at the dam. Lovely day.